Hey everybody, I'm back for the second class video to celebrate the imminent release of Pillars of Eternity. So this time we're going to talk about Barbarians. Barbarians, of course, just being kind of general badass fighters, can do things like Frenzy and Carnage. Their attacks kind of by default spill over and hit nearby enemies, Carnage is what it's called. They, every barbarian begins the game with this passive ability that just does a little extra damage to everything around the target that they're aiming at. Also, being a dwarf, he's hale and hardy. Barbaric Yellow is the first ability I picked. At character creation, it'll frighten enemies near him. I have not leveled him up yet, and he should be able to go from level 1 to 5 here, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to pump through that real quick. So, again, I like to have a little bit of stealth for all my characters and a little bit of survival because this makes things like potions and food effects last longer and be more effective. He doesn't really need lore or mechanics, and athletics makes his endurance drop slower when he's like fighting and doing physical activity. So we're going to pump that up a little bit. He gets his first talent here, and I haven't seen the talents for Barbarians in a very long time. It looks like they've added a couple here. So we can either pick Accurate Carnage, and of course Carnage he gets for free, but this makes the accuracy roll a little bit higher, making it more likely that he'll hit nearby targets. Barbaric Blow is just a once per encounter ability with an instant speed that just does a full attack times 25% ability area of effect, 30% of hits converted into criticals. It just has a higher chance to crit. See, Barbarian deals a massive blow, causing additional crits and extra damage on crits for both the blow itself and any resulting hits from the Carnage effect. So, just a big, meaty blow. So that's pretty good. I could pick some of these offensive talents. For example, I think what I would like him to get is maybe, because he's using a greatsword right now. It might be kind of fun to here we go. Weapon Focused Soldier would give him a bonus to his accuracy, which seems like that would be a good thing to pick. Next level, again, a little bit of stealth and athletics and some survival. Okay, so here he can pick 4 abilities. Frenzy, once per encounter he can just get a big boost to might and constitution and attack speed. But he's a little easier to hit, and interestingly, his health and endurance, like the portrait, like how much health and endurance he has, is concealed, so you can't tell how hurt he is, which I think is kind of a cool way to represent the fact that he's in a frenzy. I could pick Savage Defiance, which is just going to give him a big, like, self-endurance heal. Endurance is the stat that if you get down to 0, you're unconscious. It's not quite like health. Health, if you're down to 0, you're dead. So health is important as well. But endurance, you're going to be using it constantly in a fight, and you want to not go down to 0 because you can get clubbed unconscious and then you're out of the fight. So this is a real good way to keep my Barbarian in the fight. Blooded is a passive that while he's below half endurance, causes Barbarian to lash out when in pain, granting a bonus to damage. So all damage while in endurance is boosted. Wild Sprint, 3 times per rest, so until he goes to a camp and rests, he can only use it 3 times. But it gives him a big boost to speed and defense. And when he tries to disengage from a melee, if he's already fighting somebody, they're harder to. They get a free hit on him, but it's harder for that free hit to land. And he can run right through engagement actually, so the guys can't stop him for a few seconds. So he could pop Wild Sprint, run right through a bunch of melee guys, and then like attack a mage in the back row or a bow wielding enemy. I think I'd like to see how Frenzy works. It sounds powerful, and I kind of want to see the effect of losing the health and endurance. Okay, so let's go ahead and pump up athletics again. And for talents, we could actually improve his frenzy so it's greater, giving him yet another +2 might and constitution while it's in effect. That could be really good. We could still grab this barbaric blow, kind of like this. There's some really good defensive stuff here too. He doesn't need weapon and shield style. Shield style. Hold the line is good because you can engage a second enemy. So like you could have a guy who could like be fighting two guys and get free attacks against either of them if they decide to try and flee from you. Some of these are actually just seem like they're really good. Wound binding will let him recover health. That could be really nice. Once per rest, just like a built-in health potion kinda. But let's just make his frenzy even more appealing. All right. And here we go, another level. And let's do this here, okay. And then what we'll do is we will pick passive, increasing his or her speed temporarily in battle once he or she has downed at least 2 enemies. So if he drops 2 enemies for the next 8 seconds, he gets a little more attack speed. That's kind of awesome. One stands alone. Makes a courageous stand against all attackers. Grants a bonus to melee damage when the barbarian is engaged by 2 or more enemies. And the barbarian cannot be flanked unless engaged by more than 3 enemies. Whoa, wow. That's pretty awesome too. Brute force. Hit so hard, ordinary means of defense can be easily overpowered. On attacks that normally target deflection, the barbarian instead attacks fortitude, which is commonly much lower. Yeah, actually, if it's lower. Oh wow. Let's grab that. That's a neat idea. Okay, and that's it for that guy. Alright, so let's go up here against our poor defenseless folks. Can't really talk to them. And we'll get this party started. Alright. Okay, so right off the bat, he hits... let's look at his equipment real quick. He just has a greatsword. I should have enchanted it, and I can't do that in the middle of the fight now. That's too bad. Okay, so let's try this. Barbaric Yell. Let's do the Barbaric Yell and see how that frightening effect works. Okay, so this guy is for sure frightened. Actually, it looks like all of them are frightened. Nice. And then we're going to pop a Frenzy. Okay, now I can't see his stats. Oh, but his carnage attack is hitting everybody around him. That's really cool. Oh man, look at him just plow through those guys. He wasn't even that hurt. Oh man, that's really fun. And then endurance recovers at the end of the fight. Okay, so let's enchant that sword of his. Let's give it. I don't have enough worm wing, I guess, to give him burning damage, but I can give him some freezing damage, maybe. Okay. And we can increase the overall damage of the weapon, too. And I'm not going to fight any of that stuff, so let's see if I can improve his armor, too. Quality, I can make it fine armor, give it more damage reduction. Sure, why not? And let's give him some more might as well. I'm out of Constitution. Sure. There we go. That's going to improve his stats, make him even more of a... Oh, cool. It's got like a neat little corrosive effect on his sword now. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so let's have him tackle another guy with that enchanted sword. What does that look like? Great sword. All damage, freezing damage. Nice.
Sure.
Okay, you guys stay here. And let's get this guy. Boom. Alright, so it did 12 pierce damage, plus 2.4. It was 9.6 pierce damage and 2.4 freeze damage. And we're going to frighten him. And we're going to frenzy.
Good.
Jeez, he's hitting so hard. This guard isn't really going down fast, though. Ooh. Let's frighten him again, and let's have my priest drop a heal on me. Okay, and then what we're going to do is try and blind my rogue.
Good.
That's why I see if I can get him down. Nice.
Sure.
Well, Barbarians seem like they are rootin' and tootin' fun, so... And thanks for watching.